drivers strong for SCUSA Super Nationals 25. MiniSwifts getting set to go, and here we come out of the final turn. Isaac Malkin on the inside, Tyler Roberts on the inside, two Americans that have headlined the class all season. And how do they end up here today? Well, in 18 laps, we will have our answer. It's a nice and slow start. Looks good down the long back straightaway. They'll wait till the start zone, wait for the lights to go out. They do. We're racing down to turn number one. Malkin to the inside. They're trying to hold on to the lead. Russo will follow. They'll shuffle a little bit wide. Great start, and that Max Christie up to third.
Xander, that's probably the best we've seen for a pole sitter coming through. Turn number one, able to get down to the bottom. No one got into the back of them, and able to get out with a nice little advantage. Probably 4 kart lengths. Coming out of 6 for the first time for Isaac Malkin.
Heck of a start for Little Sizzle. Ike Malkin leads them out of turn number 7, and they go side by side back behind him for P2. There's the field on through. Can you believe it, Rob? The young guns, so far so good. First half a lap, no casualties whatsoever as they all come out of turn number 9. It is Isaac Malkin, the leader, over Max Christia in that Motaz Sport Kart Republic. Contact back behind for P4. Trusho nearly gets sent into the wall by Turner Brown.
But as you said, really clean opening lap. Second half of the field, rolling my start finish. They'll get themselves single in line. And Mike Smith, that's a pretty darn good opening lap for the drivers here in MiniSwift.
Yeah, you see no yellow flags, nobody being cleaned up over there in turn number 1. So that's all you can ask for, really.
Indeed, good start there for the third generation driver, Isaac Malkin, as he leads by almost 0.8 of a second over Christia. A 3-driver breakaway, though, because they're actually battling for 4th and 5th right now. If you're the front-running trio, this is exactly what you wanted. You guys battle out as much as you want. We'll pull away. We do have some yellows, a driver off the racetrack on the exit of turn number 6. But nonetheless, it is Malkin, Christia, and Giammatteo Rosso, I believe, indeed, works his way into third. Then the big gap back to the number 161 of Michael McGoy. Top 3 starting to pull away.
Remember in the mini heat 3, it was like the only race we talked about there being any kind of patience whatsoever.
Yeah.
Is that going to continue here with our front 3? They have the opportunity to make this just about them.
Now, Isaac Malkin's won a ton of races this year. Max Christia, not so much, right? He's really stepping up nicely here this weekend. So maybe that will play the experience of leading, the experience of being in that scrap to win a major event. Max Christia, though, very impressive, tucking right in there behind Malkin, the top 3 drivers. If they work together, could essentially lock and load this race to the end of the 18 laps.
You know who we've seen already super fast and been able to make moves in a big way? How about Michael McGoy? Up 8 spots already, P4, although there is a move that is going to be, I want to say,
that's Tobo.
That is Tobo.
Yeah, Ethan Tobo, aggressive move to the inside of turn number 9. Took the apex, took the exit, right? Drove him right to the outside of the racetrack. Luckily, maybe not luckily, wisely for McGoy. Going to back it out of it. Don't try to force the issue so early. Yeah, I'll slot back now. Another position in the 5th, but we can go to work to try to reach that front-running 3 drivers.
Well, and they're going to need to go to work because we saw the patience we were just talking about. It was actually Christia just pushing Malkin. Pushing down straightaway. Behind them, though, I believe that was Brown making the move on, I think Tobo there for 4th.
Yeah, this is a good scrap. The driver's running 4th, 5th, and 6th right now. We've had 3 different drivers, though, there in a lap and a half, right? McGoy had it, then Tobo had it. Now we think Turner Brown is there in the number 136 CRG, the Speed Concepts entry. And again, rolling into turn number 10, indeed. Good start there. The driver's onto the front line there. That is 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and 4th, 5th, and 6th rolling into the line. So a couple of trios right now lining up. And back here we go. First bid for the lead. That would be the 139 of Christia. He wants to go to the front.
That is what they... So the next trio, they need that to happen.
Yeah.
They need that to happen right now.
Keep doing that, please.
Yeah, 3.2 seconds back from the lead right now is that second group. So the more that happens, they can come back up. The question is, are Turner Brown, McGoy, and Tobo now going to just play nice?
Yeah, I don't know that Isaac Malkin's going to get too aggressive. He does like to lead, we know that, but it's better for him now, knowing that they've got a bunch of open racetrack, just to push away. That's what you want to do. Again, we talked about it. When there's 5 guys in the lead group, you want to drop the last guy off the peloton. You want to make it 4, and you want to dump the last guy. What Malkin's saying is, I got to get rid of Rosso. I want him gone. I want this to be a 2-driver fight. I'm going to push this guy down the straightaway. We're going to use the draft. This needs to be mano a mano. So come down to just the 2 guys fighting for the win.
And it's happening right now. Ever so slightly, they're able to find a little bit extra. Max Christie, a fast lap with the pass, 48.9, 49.2 from Malkin being passed, but they are starting to just edge away ever so slightly from Rousseau. But Turner Brown, and the next group, fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, I was going to say, he went purple last lap by there for Turner Brown, but it is a big gap, as Michael had mentioned. 2.364 was the gap between 4th and 5th last time by the stripe. Now we're going to get a little racy. Here comes Rousseau. He'll go to the inside of Malkit, so move number 175 back down into the third spot. Driver's gone off on the exit of turn number 9. Out of 9, driver into the barriers here. I believe it's the 227 potentially.
McLaren Carroll.
The 127 McLaren Carroll. Just, you know what? That's not that hard to do. You come out of that corner like that, you're trying to roll some speed. You just get a little too wide. You hit that left side, or right side rather, and then those as you know, those plastic barriers will just drag you right in.
Especially if you carry just a little bit too much through 9. Exactly that. Up front, it is nose to tail. The patience we were talking about, well, we had that Rousseau move over here. So things are starting to get a little bit dicey here at the front. New leader, no, Malkit's going to hang out right there. So it is still going to be patience. It's just a different leader every time.
Yeah, let's look at the gap, Mike. 2.3, now 2.2. They lost a tenth of a second. Nothing monumental. But when they start racing like that, Xander, that's when you get yourself in trouble, right? Get settled in. Don't make this a back and forth battle every lap. Run a couple of laps where you are and then go by. There's a long way to go.
You need to take your time with it. Sorry, Mike, there, but you absolutely need to keep that in mind. If I'm in the case of Isaac Malkit right now, I'm kind of keeping an eye on my micron lap to lap. Do I feel like I'm knocking the back out of this guy in the middle of the corner, or am I just kind of getting to him in the middle of the straightaways, right? Am I just, towing in his draft? If he's about the same as me, then we're probably fine because you lose 2 to 3 tenths per pass. But if I lose 2 or 3 tenths per lap following him, then I got to go. So at this point, he's showing a lot of patience. A little side note here, just got a text from my dad who was looking at the results. And Rob, you're 19.
Yeah.
You're 19th after penalty.
Well, I feel bad that somebody got a penalty, but I'll take 19th. That's good. Listen, this has been a big day. Obviously, today getting the Hall of Fame award, that was ridiculously cool. But I think even more important is that I beat David Cole's and your over-under on the 20. You're my man. Mike Smith picked me to go in top 20.
Look,
Listen,
there's no words.
Wise pick, Xander. The odds were not on me being in the top 20, but I felt my fastest lap number 12, I believe, fastest lap of the weekend. So
I'm going to go into the casino and go all in on Howden.
There it is.
Do it.
All right, here we go. We had a little bit of shuffling in that grouping for the moment, and it's put Rousseau back to 3rd. It is Max Christia now in the lead. Isaac Malkit 2nd, and Rousseau back to P3. That big move, they were so low into 7 to make the pass, Rob. They lost a lot of time to Turner Brown in 4th.
1.4 seconds, half of what it was 4 or 5 laps ago. So, indeed, we're at the halfway point, 9 laps, 9 to go. But, indeed, that gap that was almost 3 seconds at one point is now all the way down to 1.4. Another incident here on the exit of turn number 9.
Yeah, a couple of drivers getting together there. I think one of those might have been a 105 nitro car. I think it was just a difference of opinion on how things are going to go through. The one driver knew where to go.
Ultimately, it just comes down to, the old saying, two's a party, three's a crowd. When it's just 2 drivers, the guy behind, he controls everything that happens. He can pass or he can wait. When you've got 3, you've got another guy, that kind of 3rd place driver in line, that's the oddity, that might force 2nd place to think, you know what, he's about to pass me. I need to pass him. And then it just kind of goes and goes and goes. And at this point now, Turner Brown hitting his stride here in the middle section of the race, personal best. He's just going to keep chopping away. He's seeing that gap visually get slower, and you get that little extra urge, right? I'm sure you can understand that as well.
100%.
As you were catching guys there at the end, you see that you're actually making some progress, and you get more motivation.
Yeah, that's exactly that. 2 tenths quicker, Mike. Turner Brown over Max Christia. He just keeps coming on strong here.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, you just talked about 3 as a crowd. Sometimes, who needs to be the leader? Like, when you have 3 drivers, some guys are, the timing is not right. You can actually lose time because the order is not correct. But right now, Malkit has done another nice job of moving back into 2nd. And Malkit's been here a few times where he hangs out in 2nd, pushes a little bit, and then somebody else is the one who jostles it around. Now let's see what happens.
Let's look at this right now. Turner Brown's almost in the draft now as well of Max Christia. That's going to play huge for him. He's been coming on strong. He's going to get that draft. This time Michael McGoey goes perfect right behind him. So Xander, 4th, 5th, and 6th are finally now catching up to the front-running trio. We may have a half dozen drivers potentially in the fight, but more likely it'll be 4 or potentially 5.
7 laps to go here, and it, again, like you said, 4, potentially 5, potentially 6. Going all the way back to Ethan Tovo. He's not too far back, and then if they fight enough, it's only a second to Alessandro Truchot's 5-car pack. that's just barely getting a little whiff of the draft off the back of Tovo. So all it takes is one botch pass. We've seen it in KA Jr. It could happen now. Here's a good pass, though, from Turner Brown. Hello, top 3 for the 136. Turner Brown makes up another spot, taps the helmet, says, yes, I'm going. You can come with me. I hope you do.
Yeah, I think we need to put a spotlight on Turner Brown right now. He's the man on the move. Makes that move by Christia. Really nice dive to the inside of turn number 10. He's the rocket right now. He's going to be the outlier. Is going to come in and play right now with Rousseau and Malkin. Isaac seems like he's pretty calm here right now. He's been able to kind of manage where he's wanted to be. But now things just got dialed up to another level because Brown's going to get really aggressive trying to go to P1.
Well, and he just got here. Like, he doesn't need to hang out. He wants to go get to the front. He bridged the gap. He's getting there. Let's go front.
And isn't that something you try to teach a young driver? When you get there, when you're faster, go by. When you get there, I don't want you waiting. I don't want you settling in for their pace. You're faster than them. Go by, pass, or be passed.
Yeah, exactly that. And there you got Brown. This is going to be his first opportunity to see if he's got, but we have a different move there. I think that's Malkin. Malkin maybe looks over the shoulder and go, we have somebody new here. I think I like to get to the front, and Brown is going to go with him.
Malkin to the inside, book it. He's through, and he brings Turner, Brown with him. So Brown right there as well. East Coast, West Coast. I like it. Rousseau goes back to P3, and there's those 5 drivers I talked about. We may end up with more. Brown goes to the lead. Turner Brown to the lead, puts the CRG P1. Rousseau runs second, and here we are. It was 5, now it's 6. This thing about to get real heated with 5 laps remaining in MiniSwift.
And the new driver attached to this whole program is Tovo. Tovo came through with Brown, and now another move further back. I think that's the one thing. That's McGoy. McGoy, who had to try to get back into the game. It was, as you say, 3, and now we've got 6.
And Rousseau back to the lead as well. He made a good move down there into turn number 10. Driver off there, you see, is that Truchot? Potentially Alessandro Truchot, I think, of the Paralympics out in turn number 9 as well. Tough one for a driver who's had a really impressive weekend here at the Supernats. But this battle here is about to get really good in a mini. There's a move to the inside as well. Bunch of new drivers coming to play here. We talked about the fact that Ethan Tovo's coming in the fight. Michael McGoy looking real racy, but it's Turner Brown finally working his way to P1.
And he really did it kind of on his own merits, too, right? So Brown, he was a front runner. He ended up back after the first few laps and had to work methodically up to the front. Now Turner Brown will lead it one more time across the line. We got McGoy now back up to P2. Now McGoy has been here before, and what did he do in that Heat 3? He pushed.
Yeah, that's what he's doing right now. He's going to freight train Brown all the way down into turn number 1. These two drivers trying to pull away and doing a good job of it so far. I think that's Rousseau running now in that 3rd spot, and Malkin 4th. So they were kind of lulled into a false sense of, I think, security. They were up front. We're looking good. We're going to pull away. But Turner Brown said, guys, there's another story coming. I got a hot rod here, and he is flying in the CRG. Let's see if Brown can hold back now Michael McGoy. We know how good he's been on the weekend as well. Top 4 drivers stretching away a little bit, as now is, I believe, the 139 of Christia back to P5.
And I believe that is Rousseau there is still hanging out in P3 and Malkus. Now your front 4 have just started to edge away, just 2 laps to go. Is McGoy going to push, or is he going to make it happen? Here we go, right here.
Tyler Roberts, the other driver in here as well, down to the bottom of the racetrack. Defensive move there for Turner Brown, but still got a really good exit out of the corner. 2 to go, as Mike had said. Brown, McGoy, Rousseau, Malkin, and Christie was the top 5 last time by the stripe. We got 4 and 4 running here, Xander. A quartet up front, and then another one running 5, 6, 7, 8.
Turner Brown's doing an awesome job making that cart wide on the inside of the corner and still getting good launches, and he did the same in turn number 5 in the lead up to 6. So all the credit to the SCR CRG camp. He's 1 lap away. He'll go low. No, he opened up. Here comes McGoy. McGoy to the inside and no crossover. Michael McGoy on the Ryan Perry Motorsports Nitro Kart, leads them down the back straightaway.
But you could see that start. When they come through turn number 8, he's running the back bumper, but they lift. Gets back over, gets the run out of 9. That's how he got it done in 10.
So here we go. Final lap for the drivers in the MiniSwift category. They're going to go 2 wide into turn number 2 and 3. McGoy, I believe, back into the 2nd spot. Brown's taking it back again. Turner Brown up top. He'll defend a little, covers off the inside of turn number 6. He's been really good through turn number 7 as well. Do we see a dive bomb move to the inside? Not enough. He comes across the bow from right to left. Turner Brown looks over the shoulder. Final run through the short chute over to turn number 8. Got to roll the speed. Mid-quarter run there. How much can he get out? He's going to have to defend. McGoy's going to try the over-under. We've seen this. He tries to cover it up. And Turner Brown will win in Las Vegas. CRG victorious in MiniSwift. And he is pumping